Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bristol Township Zoning Hearing Board. I'd like to get started. Please stand and remove your hats for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, let me introduce you to a few people. Sitting to my left is our solicitor, Keith Biddymeyer. We got Robert McTeague, the director of L&I, our stenographer, Cindy Oliveira, and Mr. Secretary, call the board, please.
Gerard Lycon.
Here.
Jim McMahon.
Here.
Colleen Dunn.
Here.
Ed Murphy here.
Okay, let's get a couple things out of the way. So number one on the agenda, Nicholas Arena, 75 Woodside Avenue, which is a continuance from last month's meeting, needs another continuance for July 13th, July 13th meeting. Can I get a motion from the board, please?
I'll make a motion for it.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Call the board?
Gerard Lycon.
Yes.
Jim McMahon.
Yes.
Colleen Dunn.
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes.
Okay, and then number 8 on the agenda, HP Bristol Pike LLC. After our solicitor, Keith, and the lawyer for the applicant, they collectively agreed to continue this application till August 10th meeting. Can I get a motion for a continuance, please?
I'll make that motion.
I need a second, please.
I'll second.
Call the board, please.
Gerard Lycon.
Yes.
Jim McMahon.
Yes.
Colleen Dunn.
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes.
Okay, that's it for the continuances. So that makes first on the agenda, Stephen Buckris, 35 Daffodil Lane, Levittown. Please come on up.
Also, there's a placard from the township. Was that posted on the policy? You know the date that it was posted? If you could just pull. It's 2 weeks exactly. All right, you'll have to pull the date up, so she'll swear you in. I'll ask you a couple questions on the record. All right, thanks. Good evening, how you doing?
Not bad. How we doing tonight?
Okay, so your name for the record?
Stephen Buckrice.
Mr. Ruckers, you handed me up some documents, one of which are the neighbor notification letters that you had your neighbor sign. Is that accurate?
Correct.
All right, and you also advised that the property was posted with the placard that the township gave you?
Yes,
And you had the date that it was posted?
the 25th of May.
May 25th?
Yes.
And then has it remained up for a period of 2 weeks?
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Okay, you can proceed.
Appreciate you having out here tonight. First, I want to start with, I totally slipped on this with my permit and everything. I swore that I got one in there, and there was a lot just going on personally, so just want to take responsibility for that right off the bat. But in front of you guys to request a variance for impervious surface for the property. And I put together probably way too many slides, but just wanted to show you sort of what the property looked like when we moved in, and how like mulch was overtaking everything. They got rid of everything that was there. If you can just flip through some of those pictures somewhat quickly, you can see it flooded the whole backyard there. There was no grass, no nothing going on there, right? All the mulch would all wash down into the street, onto the sidewalks, cover everything up there. So I realized I had to do something with that, right? So lot size, it's a 7,000 square foot lot, right? When we purchased the home, it had 45.42% impervious surface. So it was already over that 35% threshold for R2. I guess it was grandfathered in, I'm assuming. But I sort of just did the calculations with the house, the driveway, all that, right? The shed that I had initially submitted with the permit was gonna be 10 by 8. I actually reduced that to 9 by 7 in the field to only, tiny, right, 63 square feet. If you add that in, it would bring the total impervious surface of the property to 3243, which would be 46.33%, which is an increase, 46.33%, which would be an increase from present state of 0.91%, essentially. Next slide, please. What I've done to improve on the property, you saw how it flooded previously, removed all the existing mulch that was there. Trees had been taken out, so there was nothing really to soak up any of that water as well, too. So I also added approximately 55 linear feet of infiltration trench on the south side and 90 linear feet of infiltration trench on the north side. It's SDR 35 perforated pipe with 2A stone around it, basically 2A stone, I'm sorry. Apologize. Sorry. A little nervous. Which is pretty standard for an infiltration trench, like, anyway, right? Tied in the roof drains into it so the roof drains would be absorbed through the trench there as well, too, and not run off. Regraded both the front and the rear yards, got rid of all the mulch, brought in 15 yards of new topsoil, seeded it all back out. Just some calculations of the infiltration trench. I don't know if that's calculated in with any of this, but just to show that I did some improvements to the property as, you know, since it was flooding when we moved in, which I'm not sure with the small overage, but basically how I calculated it, an inch of rainfall with the square footage, giving you the cubic feet of what would be needed on there. So for the shed overage, right, I would need, I'm sorry, conservatively, a 2 foot by 2 foot trench, I need 41 linear feet of trench, right? And I have 145 linear feet of trench, so more than enough to actually soak some of that back into the soil. Don't recommend hand digging a Levittown yard, though. Just some pictures of what I did put in on the property there to show the geotextile fabric, the stone, the perforated pipe. Some of the fun rocks I pulled out of the property. Just an overhead that shows the length where the pipes lie. The purple on there is the approximate location of, not 100% proportional, but of where the shed actually sits on the property as well. And then just some finished photos there. Just the regrading, the seeding, backyard regraded. And then finally, we're getting some grass back now as well, too. The front grew up last year and finally got to the back this year. And a couple photos of the shed there as well, too. I didn't finish the outside, just waiting for this, obviously. I didn't want to put anything up on there. God forbid I have to take it down. And there was just a picture of the notice that was on the door with the date on there as well, too. So.
That it?
That's it. Sorry, long-winded.
Yeah, no, wasn't too bad. Anybody from the board have any questions? No? Go ahead.
When did you install the shed?
Started in, I believe it was October of 25. It was the fall of 25. Yes, ma'am.
Bob, all the permit issues are taken care of for the shed, it just needs to get,
Yeah, that's why we're here today, Jim.
okay.
Yep.
All right, fair enough. Anybody else, comments, concerns? All right, anybody from the audience like to come up for or against this application? Yeah, come on up. If you're, got something to say, please, feel free.
My name's Glenn Cobb.
Hold on, you guys gotta get sworn in first.
Oh, all right.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Your name is Glenn?
Glenn Coppins, yes.
Can you spell your last name, please?
Coppens.
Thank you.
I live across the street from Steve and Katrina, and the people who lived there before them ripped out all the grass, all the trees. The place was beautiful. The lawn was beautiful, the trees, everything. And the only problem that the previous owner had before the people that they bought it off of, there was a little standing water on the side where the walkway is that goes back to where the Steve shed is now. But after, like I said, they ripped out all the grass, all the mulch, all the grass, all the trees and everything, and mulched everything, mulched the whole yard. And then you could see water running down the driveway and down on the sidewalk, washing all the mulch down into the street. You know, like Steve said, there was nothing to soak up the water. There was no grass, there was no trees or anything to soak up the water. So everything that Steve has done since he moved in has been, you know, great. I mean, you know, like he said, he's got grass growing again that used to be there, now it's there again. And I don't see any flooding or anything like that going on now, so I see no problems at all with it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. Motion from the board, please.
I'll make a motion for this.
I'll second it.
All the board.
Colleen Dunn,
Yes.
Jim McMahon,
Yes.
Gerard Lycon,
Yes,
Ed Murphy, yes. Good luck.
congratulations.
Thank you all, I appreciate it.
Definitely all bloody.
Okay, next up, Jennifer Rifkin, 434 Stanford Road, Fairless Hills.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Hang on one second. Mr. Levins, you handed me up some documents, one of which is a FedEx receipt with a list of addresses. Is that accurate? And then this list of addresses received the copy of the notice that the township provided you for the neighbors. Okay. And then lastly, you also provided a picture with the property with the placard that the township provided. Is that accurate? All right. And that placard, or I'm sorry, the picture was dated May 29th, 2026. Is that right? And then that placard has remained up for a period of 2 weeks. Great. Thank you.
Good.
Good evening. So our customer engaged us to build a covered patio over an existing concrete slab. And when going out there and applying for a permit, realized that they had poured concrete about 10 years ago without a permit, so they were over their impervious coverage. So we're asking for relief tonight. We're not going to put any more impervious coverage down. We're just looking to put a covered patio over an existing patio. So that's where we're asking for relief to go from 35%, which is what in the ordinance, to 47%.
That it? Okay, love it. Any questions from the board, please?
Was that already built, the porch, or they're just coming in for the permit for the porch?
I'm Bob.
Bo.
But how you doing, Jim? What'd you say? What'd you say? I'm sorry.
What's that?
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, you weren't listening.
You didn't call my name.
That's true. Did he already build this, or did he come in for a permit and found out?
Came in for a permit, found out.
Okay, thank you. Bo.
Anybody else? Okay, anybody from the audience like to come up for or against this project? Okay, well, I need a motion from the board, please.
I'll make a motion for this.
I'll second.
Okay, call the board, please.
Gerard Lycon,
Yes,
Jim McMahon,
Yes.
Colleen Dunn,
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes. Good luck.
Might want to turn the microphone on. Thank you.
There you go. Better? Perfect.
Okay. So number 4, Archdiocese of Philadelphia.
You're good, man.
I'm here for Archdiocese as
Oh.
well.
I forgot we moved it out of the way.
222 North 17th Street. Please come on up. All taken care of already? All right,
Yes.
go ahead.
Chris Levins here for the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, CLC Contractors. We're here requesting a variance.
Hang on, Mr. Levins.
Oh, same thing.
Same questions. You handed me some documents, one of which is a FedEx receipt, and the address is listed on the FedEx receipt. All received a copy of the form notice provided to you by the township.
Correct.
All right, and then you also handed me colored photographs one of which shows a placard and a stamp date of 5/29/2026.
Correct.
And that placard was placed on the property for a period of 2 weeks, starting May 29th.
Correct.
Great, thank you.
Go ahead.
All right, Chris Levin, CLC Contractors, asking for relief for zoning to build a pole barn as a new weight room and fitness center for Conwell Catholic High School. When we were going to apply for permits, we already realized that they were also over their impervious coverage by 3%, and we're going to be increasing it to 30, just under 35%. They're currently at 33%. Stormwater management-wise, the basin that we created underneath all the turf fields was more than sufficient to handle the up to 35% that we're going for and then some. So we're requesting relief to go up to 35% rather than the 30% that's set within the township ordinances.
Bob, township engineers are gonna look into all this
Yep.
stuff? All right. Okay,
Yeah, everything for the township engineers would be a will comply.
okay. Yep. Anybody from the board? Got it.
I have one.
Go ahead.
Chris, do you have capacity letters from both TOFA and Lower Bucks County Joint Municipal for the added washrooms for this facility?
Yeah, so we're working with TOFA now to get that, because it's TOFA for the sewer as well, and the water on that side.
I believe according to Act 537, it's Lower Bucks for the water.
Is it, okay, for the water, we'll get that. There's already water in that area that's used for the field house, the existing garages and field house, but we'll get that from Lower Bucks.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else from the board? Concerns? Bob, anything to add?
Nothing to add, Jim.
Anybody from the audience? Come on up, sir. Get sworn in, please.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your name, please.
Robert Sademeyer. Sattelmeyer.
M-Y-E-R.
Meyer.
Thank you.
I just have a question. Where is this pole barn going?
It's in close to the parking lot, in between the softball field and the parking lot.
Chris,
So
if
I
you
live
guys,
on Queen Anne.
if you guys can grab a mic. Might just have to switch it on, Chris.
There we go.
So I live facing the lacrosse field or the soccer field. So where is soccer field
So it's on the other side by the football field.
by the football
Yeah.
field? Okay, and so no need for driveway or
Nope, nothing. It'll be over by the new football/softball field closest to the parking lot.
closest to the parking lot. So is it closer to New Falls or Queen Anne?
I could show him on a plan.
Perfect.
So this is like the old rectory or whatever it is now. So it's just kind of like,
It's on the other side of the rectory.
okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Perfect.
You good, sir? Did you
I'm
ans-
good.
Did you answer your questions?
Answer my questions.
Okay. Come on up, sir.
Absolutely. Jay Rutter, it's R-U-T-T-E-R? J-A-Y. I just have. T-T-E-R. I just have a couple concerns. When is the timeline on the construction? Because I don't know if where everyone aware is Pennsbury started their construction on Queen Anne today. So how's it gonna affect Queen Anne? When is it gonna start, and when are we gonna have it wrapped up?
So it's set to start the end of the month and it'll be wrapped up by the end of the year.
The end of December?
Yes.
Okay. So that's my only concerns. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Motion, please.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All aboard.
Gerard Lycon.
Yes.
Jim McMahon.
Yes.
Colleen Dunn.
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Jackman, you ready? Okay. All right. Let's do number 5 then. John Thielen, 56 Orangewood Drive. Please come on up.
I previously got their service, they're good.
Okay, all right. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Mr. Bindlingmeyer, I understand prior to the hearing, Mr. McGinnis provided you electronically the notices for tonight, and they'll be provided physical copies by the end of the week.
He did, that's correct, thank you.
Thank you very much. Chelsea Jackman from Begley, Carlin, and Mandio tonight on behalf of John Thielen. We're here seeking one single variance for 56 Orangewood Drive, which is tax parcel number 05-042-001. This property is a single-family home, about 7,200 square feet in the R3 residential district. He's seeking a dimensional variance from section 205-29D to allow impervious surface coverage of 59.87%, where 40 is the maximum permitted under the ordinance. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but Mr. Thielen purchased the home and it was at 52.13%. So Mr. Thielen's addition of 7% is we'll call it bad acts here, in the sense that the property was already legally non-conforming as to the impervious surface coverage. So since his purchase, he wanted to beautify the property, he wanted to dress it up a little bit. He repaired a broken driveway, he widened it to safely accommodate 2 vehicles, and he repaired and replaced sections of the sidewalk and the driveway apron. He added a little walkway around the outside of the home for better access, and cleaned up some overgrown vegetation that was interfering with the driveway and the sidewalk. So if you take a look at this visual right here, so he added a little bit right here, see, right there is the driveway, and then this little sidewalk that extends into the backyard. So these are the kinds of improvements that a responsible homeowner would make. He understands that he should have obtained permits, obviously, before doing so. But the property now has improved safety, functionality, and overall the appearance. It's just much more meticulous looking and neater. So there's been no noticeable increase in stormwater runoff, but as a result of this, but Mr. Thielen is prepared to install any reasonable stormwater management measures that the board deems appropriate for his addition. And so with that, I'm gonna have Mr. Thielen address the board for a moment, if that's okay. So John, Ms. Oliveira is gonna swear you in.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Am I good here? No? Helpful? There we go. All right, so Mr. Thielen, you're the owner of the property that's depicted on the screen, correct?
Yes.
And when did you first purchase the property at 56 Orangewood Drive?
June 13th.
June, can you speak a little bit into the microphone?
June 13th, 2025.
Okay, and at the time that you bought the property, what was the general condition of particularly the driveway?
Driveway was in bad shape, roots coming up, pieces missing. That's about it.
Okay, and how about the yard, the sidewalk, the area where you added some improvements?
The sidewalk on the right side of the house, that was all sunken down, holding water. The front sidewalk was the same, everything was pitching in towards the house. So we had to take it out and pitch everything away from the house with the water.
And when you moved in, did you realize that you were over on impervious surface coverage already?
No.
Okay, you recognize that you should have known that, right?
Correct.
And after you moved in, what improvements did you decide to do to fix your property up a little bit?
The front sidewalk, driveway, side patio, and the rear patio.
Okay. Has there been any noticeable change in the stormwater drainage after you made those improvements?
Just a better drainage away from the house, and the gutters and everything else is the same.
Okay. And you admit you did not get permits to get that work done, correct? Okay. And you understand that you need them for everything in Bristol Township moving forward, even if you're not building a new structure, but repairing or adding a little bit to an already existing one?
Correct.
Okay. And have the improvements affected the property, in your opinion? And we'll start with aesthetically, the way it looks.
It looks 10 times nicer, better.
Okay. And if the board were to deny the variance, what would that mean practically for you? What would you do?
What you mean?
I'm asking if they were to say you can't have that, isn't it true that you would then have to take out the improvements that you put in?
Correct.
And you would do that because you want to comply and comport with the rules. You're just asking that you be allowed to keep it in the better looking condition that it is right now.
Correct.
Thank you. You've heard everything that I said to the board tonight by way of the salient facts and information. Is there anything that you want to add that you think the board should know as it considers granting your variance request?
No, that's everything.
Okay, do you agree with everything that I've said thus far? And all of the information I provided that came from me and not from you, are you willing to adopt that as your statements tonight as your testimony?
Yes.
That's all I have.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
I have a question. John, did you install the driveway yourself?
I did, yes.
Do you do this kind of work for a living?
I do, yes.
Did you realize a permit should have been pulled when you did it?
I didn't realize, no.
Pardon me?
No, sir, I didn't realize.
Well, I mean, it looks great. The Belgian block, everything looks good. You know, driveway looks great, but you do need permits. And you do that kind of work, I would think you would know that.
I do a lot of my work out of Montgomery County.
Pardon me?
I do a lot of my work out in Montgomery County.
Okay.
I didn't realize I needed one in Bucks, in Bristol Township.
I mean, you did a good job, but, you know, I figured if you did it, you would know you need permits.
Correct.
But you do know that now.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Thielen commented on that he understands that, you know, he's got a higher bar, knowing that that's the kind of work he does, and that's why he said, like, I understand I would have to take it out if I were to be denied tonight, but, you know, obviously I appreciate the comment on how it looks now. He understands that moving forward, everything and anything, get a permit, and if you're not sure, ask, right?
Correct.
So the concrete in the back is a patio, is it,
That was already existing.
that's already exists. Do you use that
Correct.
as a patio right now?
Yeah, the concrete at the back already existed. We just added pavers on top of it.
Set of pavers on top of it.
So
But
this
it
was,
the same size.
All right.
sorry, Cindy, this was from 2022. You can see it already exists. He bought it in 2025, so this was the added right there, and then a little bit right there.
Okay.
And I think the total square footage of additional impervious surface was 568 square feet, something like that.
I believe so.
All right, anybody else from the board? I do. Go ahead, Colleen.
Mr. Thielen, did you get a PA1 call when you dug up the sidewalk and expanded your driveway?
I never, no.
Did you get a clear easement from your water authority saying that any of the additions are not encroaching on the easements that are there in your yard?
I got one for the back fence, and they told me I was good to go.
The fence, you're not here for the fence, you're here for the concrete, unfortunately. So did you get a clear easement letter for the concrete as well?
No, ma'am.
No?
You admit you didn't ask any of the permissions necessary to do what it is that you did, right?
Okay. Anybody else? Robert, anything to add?
Nothing to add, Jim.
Okay. Is that all you have, Ms. Jackman?
That's all I have, yes.
Okay. Anybody from the audience? Okay. I need a motion for or against.
I'll put a motion for it.
No, I'm done giving speeches.
I'll second.
Okay. Call the board.
Gerard Lycon,
Yes.
Jim McMahon,
No.
Colleen Dunn,
No?
Ed Murphy, yes.
All right. Well, that is a negative. Okay. Status quo. So. Ms. Jackman,
Yeah, Ms. Jackman, you understand that, you know, a split vote is essentially works as a denial, so it remains status quo. So I can certainly go through the options, but I'm sure you're more than qualified to go through those options at this point of what can be done at this point. All right.
I have just a brief moment. I believe my next one is also on the list, just real quick.
Okay, number 6. Corey Lettenry, 714 River Road. Come on up, please.
Thank you, Bob. All right. Good evening again, Chelsea Jackman from Begley, Carlin, and Mandio. Tonight here on behalf of the applicant, Corey Lettieri. Also here with us tonight is Vince Fioravani, the project engineer. Just by way of the record, Mr. Bindlingmeyer, the same as the last case where I believe notices were provided electronically.
That's correct.
Thank you very much. So I have Corey with me tonight. This project was before the board in March of this year, and I'm sure you all recall, but by way of background, this property is about 0.193 acres, 8,400 square feet. It's zoned R3 residential and is unimproved. This is 1100 Jan Good Place. As we discussed back in March, the PennDOT highway easement for this property, which is it's a now defunct project, prohibits development on about 75% of the property. So back in March, it was requested to build a single-family home on the remaining portion of the lot. And since that request was denied, a number of changes have been made, and we're here before you tonight asking for the same variances, but with a little bit of a different presentation. So since the last hearing, Mr. Lettieri has cleaned up the property entirely. In fact, at 6:55 before coming in this evening, received an email with photographs demonstrating that it is in fact entirely cleaned up at this point. That it was subject to dumping by a third party. The difficulty there was that nobody was inhabiting that home, nobody was there, that property, nobody was there to ensure that things weren't being done on a daily basis. And Mr. Lettieri has a business, he's not there every day to sort of police it. So since the cleanup, or since then, he has been trying to keep it clean, admittedly difficult for the reasons I just stated. Certain other issues such as vehicles, trucks being parked there, Mr. Lettieri has put barriers up on the property to prevent vehicles from backing up and dumping on the property. People continue to dump trash, again, difficult for him to police. And it's a problem that they're trying to put a Band-Aid, he's trying to put a Band-Aid on until he can develop the property. They've installed no parking signs, no dumping signs. He's doing what he can do as he owns this particular plot of land in hopes of developing it at some point. So we've also redesigned and reconfigured the proposed home. So they reduced the size slightly, but the real change is that they were able to pull the home off of the property line with the neighbor at 1102 Jan Good. And so the proper home was previously proposed to be within 1 foot of the side yard there, and now we're compliant. So we are proposing a 0-foot rear yard setback with respect to the area that is limited by the easement. But once that easement is extinguished, there's no rear yard setback issue or coverage issues on the property. So with regards to that easement, we formally applied for the disposition of the highway easement with PennDOT, and the application was included in the submission to the board this evening. That application was acknowledged by PennDOT, who cautioned that it does take several years for that to go through. So the easement, once the easement is extinguished, the property will be an oversized lot, and the proposed development will be compliant in all ways other than that front yard setback, which if I go back here, you can sort of see, it's keeping kind with the other, homes on that lot. If you see that, right there, and there. So there have been many changes to the property itself. Mr. Lettieri has taken a much closer, diligent, and intentional eye on trying to keep it clean and free of all of the issues that plagued it up until March. And so at this point, we're seeking relief so we can develop it as a residential use to better conform to the surrounding neighborhood and to prevent a vacant lot from being prone to dumping and blight while PennDOT takes its time reviewing our application. So once that easement's extinguished, the development, like I said, will be compliant in all areas other than the front yard setback. So Mr. Fiovanni's present, Mr. Lettieri's present. I know the board's familiar with this, and I don't want to overstate what's already been said. So at this time, I'd ask for a stipulation that Mr. Fiovanni is recognized as an expert in professional engineering. And then if there's any questions, perhaps we can do it that way. I'm happy to go through the plan. I know that we do have the slides up here that contain the amended plan, so I'll take the board's direction.
Everybody good with that? So moved.
Thank you. Mr. Fiovanni, if you want to come on up here. If you want to just summarily go through the changes that have been made and then questions, does that work?
Yep.
Good evening, everyone. Vince Fioravanti.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. The plan we have before you tonight has been revised from the plan that you previously saw. Obviously, the most important aspect of the plan, as you can see, the condemned area on the lot. And if you were to look at the dwelling itself, the difference is that we've now made the dwelling a little smaller, 675 square feet, first floor, two-story. So maybe a 1,400 square feet dwelling, all in all, two-story dwelling. By doing so, we were able to stay compliant with the side yard setback to the right. Again, the only variance that we're really looking at that is independent of the lot size would be the front yard setback. And once PennDOT releases this right-of-way, the lot will be oversized and totally compliant with the exception of the front yard. And if I were to show you the other buildings in the area, they're all closer and non-compliant with the front yard. So we believe that the proposal that we have before you tonight is in harmony and matches the surrounding area. And as was said a couple of times, the best way to prevent dumping and litter on the property is to have a new dwelling on there, and then people won't be coming up and throwing trash or dumping anything. So I think that would solve a couple of problems. In terms of drainage, there will be no impacts from drainage as the site drains to the bottom towards Bristol Pike. And the utility connections are also easy. The utilities that we need all exist in Jane Good Place.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Mr.?
Yeah, I do. Bob, I know they said about the trucks and all that out front. Is anything done in front of his property with the trucks, the tractor and trailer tires, the garbage all out in the street? Was anything done about that?
That would be the police department, Gerard, so I can't really speak on that. But
Okay.
if there was complaints, I'm sure the police were handling it.
Pardon me?
If there were complaints on the property, the police are usually on top of it.
Okay, yeah, because that stuff, last time he was here was still there, and it's still there again.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, Jordan.
Cody, obviously you said you cleaned up the property.
Yes, sir.
They?
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you state your question again, please?
If he cleaned up the property today.
So my dump truck has been in the shop, and I was, to save on cost, was planning on cleaning it up myself. But since time came and this hearing was at our, today, I just paid a JC Landscaping to completely clear every single thing on the lot, even my barriers that were kind of keeping trucks from dumping on my property.
Yeah.
What I've learned, what's come, there's one truck left. That's not mine. That's like an 18-wheeler, which I've talked to the neighbor about getting out of there. It's broken down, so that's something he's handling. I think there's, tires and stuff that might have to do with that, but nothing that has to do with my property.
Right.
And also, I put a couple signs up, and I had tree trunks blocking trucks, but people would just dump in the street now in front of the property. Like, it's not my stuff. I've been going back weekly to weed whack and everything, but it's just a constant issue that's not gonna really be resolved with an empty lot there.
I mean, yeah, look, I mean, at the end of the day, yes, the house will be perfect there. You know, there won't be no people dumping stuff there. It was a mess, you know, Sunday. You know, I went back during the week, and when I went back Sunday, it was still a mess, but I'm assuming you did clean it because you did a great job on River Road, so I'm assuming you did clean it. But after all, you know, a house will be a good idea there to keep it from being messed up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Anybody else, Ms. Jackman?
Only for purposes of the record, can I just ask Mr.
Sure,
Lettieri?
absolutely, yeah.
Mr. Lettieri, if you could, I provided some facts, Mr. Fioravante provided some facts as it relates to the property. Do you agree with everything that we stated to the board this evening?
Yes.
And would you be willing to adopt those statements as if they were your testimony tonight?
Yes.
Is there anything else that they should know, that the board should know, as it relates to this particular property and why they should approve the requested variances?
I just want to really just give a good product, develop the surrounding area more than what it is. I grew up with friends in the area, and like I know that some parts aren't as nice, but I have friends that are building on streets close, and that's really what I just would want to provide, a good product and make the area look better than it is.
All right, thank you. Is that all you have?
That's all I have, thank you.
All right, public comment. Public comments, anybody? For or against? Bob, anything to add?
Nothing to add, Jim.
Okay, motion, please.
I'll give a motion for it.
I'll second.
Call the board.
Colleen Dunn.
Yes.
Gerard Lycon.
Yes.
Jim McMahon.
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, there
Good
you
luck,
go.
Tony.
Appreciate
Make us proud.
Okay. Number 7, the last one on the agenda. Trinatra Realty Holdings, PA. Please come on up. I think I said that right. I'm not 100% sure. Close enough.
I'm just gonna give it paper.
Do you give him everything? Okay. I'm Paul McCullen. Swear to tell the truth? Everything? Yep. Yes, I do. McCullen, M-C, capital C-U-L-L-E-N, senior.
Mr. McCollum, I've been handed some documents, including the form notices given to you or the applicant by the township. Is that accurate?
Yes.
All right, and then I also been handed green cards, so all the addresses that were given to you by the township received a copy of this form notice?
Yes.
All right, and then also I was given copies of colored photographs, one of which shows the property was posted with the required placard. Is that accurate?
Yep.
And you know the date that it was posted in the window?
Still there.
You know the date that it was posted,
When did
originally
you
placed
post
there?
it? May 21st.
Great, and then you said it's still up today?
Yep.
Great, thank you, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, we propose, I know the site's run down, it's been run down for, in my opinion, the last 20 years, but that's just my opinion. And I'm trying to clean it up with the company I work for. I retired 8 years ago, I thought I had it all set back then, but now I'm back to try to finish this project. They did the store, now we're looking to do all the finish-up work. We're proposing, it's gonna become a Sunoco, we hope, and with your approval. And we wanna put the sign back up there. And I see that there's a height restriction. And I wanna point out that whoever submitted for the sign, I don't know if they neglected it or didn't realize that we're also going to put up a Township of Bristol welcome sign
on the front peak of that intersection, that's gonna be 5 feet tall. So the first 5 feet, nobody will ever be able to see that sign that we put up right behind it. And to make the sign work and be able to have visibility for traffic, for the public, we don't think that, we're shortening the sign 6 inches from where the original sign was up there for years, that stood at 19.5 feet, will be at 19 feet today. And we've also submitted to the town to do we're gonna replace all the curb, add sidewalks, completing from where it ends behind the property all the way up, repave the entire property, all new pumps. I'm gonna have to come back and apply for the permit. We're gonna re-pour the tank mats and the island pads. And I believe a fascia was also applied for on the canopy. And it's my God honest truth, I want this site done. I want it off that list. I had to come out of retirement to get a whole bunch of these done, but this one, I was like amazed it's still there. But I am asking that we can have that height of a sign for visibility, to make the station viable, and stop it from being an eyesore.
Okay, that all you have?
That's all I got.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
Yeah, across the street from you is the Shell.
Yep.
What's the height of that sign? It looks about the same.
Gonna be about the same height, but
Yeah.
they're not in this,
I know, they're in
Bristol.
Middletown.
So people said, that
But
don't
yeah,
count.
when I was looking at it, I'm like, look at the height that I know what
They're
19
almost
plus
exactly
feet.
the same height.
But it looks about the same height, so it doesn't look out of place. You did a great job on renovating it so far. But it
Trying to
didn't look
get it
like it was
done
gonna
for
be
you people.
obnoxiously high or nothing.
I'm trying to get it done. Yeah, it's the same, it looks to me to be the same height.
Yeah.
But it's in a different town, so some people say you can't
I
look
know.
across the street.
All right, well, thank you.
Anybody else? Bob, anything to add?
Nothing to add, Jim.
Okay. I love asking you that question. Okay, any public comment? Anybody from the audience? Sure? All right, it's your last chance. Okay. All right, hit me with it.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All right,
Gerard Lycon.
Yes.
Jim McMahon.
sure.
Colleen Dunn.
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes. Good luck.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
All right, motion to adjourn, please.
I'll make that motion.
I
Second.
want to get it down.
All in favor?